My Kiwanis Club sponsored Explorer Post 20, Boy Scouts of America, for young men, which I led for over 20 years, located in Los Alamos, New Mexico. We specialized in river running, in small road rafts, using our own river guides and our unit leadership, food packing in waterproof bags, and a 30-passenger bus. This bus was afforded by utilizing the profits when operating a lunch bar at the local ski area in Los Alamos, New Mexico. Many members of the local Kiwanis Club volunteered to help this weekend operation, where the Explorers operated with only one paid employee, which kept the costs down. Practice rowing sessions took place on the nearby Rio Grande during spring high water. Local overnight trips were required for all prior to the big once-a-year trip on western rivers. All were tested for swimming skills. Much driving is necessary from this arid and southwest part of the USA to reach adequate rivers. Annual trips included the Salmon, Snake, Yampan Green, Grand Canyon, and Cataract Canyon of the Colorado. Filming was done with a hand-wound 16mm Bolex camera on Kodachrome. Voice and music was added later. Final work now on a disc. The purpose of these films was recruiting young men, explorers, to BSA and memories for parents and scouts. You know, it worked. Teton National Park first. With our bus and truck. That time the bus was smaller. We had a stake bed truck. To haul our rafts further north. Quite different from the deserts of Utah, Arizona, New Mexico. We stopped and had a memorial service here. Beautiful window over the cross looking at Grand Teton. Briefly look at some boats on Jenny Lake. Getting to the center, Yellowstone, look some boiling springs. And of course we had to stop near Old Faithful Geyser. This is a geyser which periodically spouts every 45 to 55 minutes. But we have to turn it on. Very carefully opening the valve there. Give it a couple extra blips there. That's pretty good. And turn it off back again as it diminishes. Some of the tourists thought that was a real gas. Crossing the Continental Divide over one of the same passes as Lewis and Clark did, we put in on the Salmon River at Cache Bar Campground. This is just downstream below the fork, confluence, the middle fork of the Salmon. Here's where our trip starts. This beautiful clear water. You look at a power boat going downstream. If they can do it, we can do it through Killam Rapid. The black LCR raft is piloted by Bill Yeamans. Early in each trip, we're able to carry watermelon along. Looks like we're going to have some nice slices of that beautiful red watermelon. What's this? Drawing a line in the sand? Everybody with their white sneaker toes getting up close to it. It's got to be a watermelon speed contest. This is when Bob Amy comes into his own. Get back behind that line. Some people claim that Amy has rifling in his tongue. He can blow the watermelon seed the furthest. The marker stone is moved ahead to indicate the winner. Very carefully burying our garbage. See Putnam getting his raft ready here. Bottoms up. In the morning, that's all you see is people's bottoms, one kind or another. Bob Douglas getting his raft ready. Those bags are heavy. Principally canned goods. Set it down gently now. Don't set it clear through the raft. And some of us have to get out on a mission before we put on river and get a little fishing. That yellow hat, I'm sure, belongs to Ross Hemmendinger. This is Salmon Falls. That black Salmon River, sometimes we'll find a little bit of gold in it. The idea of running this part of the rapid is to avoid those big holes. The rest of us on the right bank climb up the high rocks. See how it's done by the skilled rafts ahead of time. That's Tom and Arch Putnam. Big roller there at the bottom. Looks like the rafts can safely go through that. Two people paddling, you have to coordinate the pivoting. Get in there. And salmon dinger in the yellow hat, I'm sure of that. Is that Earl Perry paddling with him? Like Bill Bernard's riding up in the front this time. We have one LCR, fairly heavy raft, salt craft rubber. And the safety boat waiting there in the bottom. See, Bob Douglas is getting out his fishing rod while he's waiting a bit. Excellent fishing in the Salmon River. Although we never caught a salmon, I think they'd already had their run. Hey, looky at that. We got a little one. Looks like a brook trout. I think Cromer's taking it off the hook. Hey, fresh fish. Perry's going to make sure they're cooked right. What are those guys up to? Ah, Bailey Rapid. Magic again. These metamorphic rocks make different kinds of rapids. As Douglas shows Hemmendinger, you want to pull in a little bit to the right of that rock. The one over there on the far side we want to avoid. Bob Amy pulls in toward the right bank, ferrying out of the big tail waves. Just skirting the edges of them. Nice run there. Nice ferrying job, ferrying toward the camera. Boy, they pushed right through the middle of that one. Did not a ferry as close to the camera as the previous rafts did. Whoop, almost got caught there. The backwash. These waves break upstream. They can turn a raft over easily, particularly if you get broadside to them. Again, they're ferrying toward the camera to avoid the difficult breaking waves behind them. Skillfully done. That's a good run. Salmon River moves right along. has a higher velocity average than the San Juan. Brilliant tail waves. Looks like Tom and Marge Putnam again. Recognize the fishing poles sticking out the stern. Lunchtime. After the cool river, that hot sun is welcome. Lunchtime is greeted with great anticipation. Everybody really looks forward to it. Getting those mungwishes ready, just shoot right back out of the water and get up there for lunch. Yeamans did a good job on that. Another one of those mungwishes. I guess the rest of the troops are that interested also. Come on, gang, chow's on. Hurry, don't be left behind. That's the way to really make it out of the water. Get up there for lunch. Mingo's gonna have another melon here. What's this, Yellowstone again? I don't think that's Yellowstone. Hot Mud Springs. That looks suspiciously like something else. That's got to be Ralston, blurbling away there. Stir it so it doesn't burn on the bottom. That white water's really moving. Well, that's a pretty big surge over a buried rock there. It makes almost like a haystack. I think the explorers are going to go the far side of the river. Away from this rock on the left side of Big Mallard. Douglas skillfully leads the party down a sneak route on the right-hand side of the river, looking downstream. Gee, I hope all of them avoid that big rock here near the camera. So we see Mingo with a red hat. Pickup raft waiting at the bottom. Big mallard rabbit on the Salmon River. Bob Amy again. Betty there. Spread some of the water away from him. And here comes that fearsome foursome again. A heavy assault craft. More horsepower paddling it, but not quite as maneuverable as the lightweight rafts. Salmon River has beautiful pine trees near the river's edge. This gold miner here, working over a rock bar, which she says that's his bank account. Move those big cobbles aside. Put in that heavy sand beneath it. Shake the gravel out very carefully first. And I'll show you some real gold down there. The technique is to swirl it around the pan, a little bit of water in it. Shake the rock out, Bob Amy's doing here.
heaviest will be left in the bottom. A little bit of gold. Take a little side hike up Sheep Creek. That ought to really have some nice brown or rainbow trout. Good father and son fishing team. Downstream, you look over the next rapid. We always stop before each rapid of difficulty, look it over and choose a route. Come down the tongue here on the right-hand side. Pull toward the right bank. Avoid that big comber in the background. Pickup raft, again, waiting in the eddy in case somebody dumps. This is either elkhorn or dried meat rapid. Pretty sporty in a paddle raft. Looks like he's almost going through it. No? Bob is carefully skirting the edge. Faring a little bit right. The river must drop 10 or 15 feet here. Picks up speed. Wow, they almost got stuck. See the raft slow down and hit that comber. That's real good sport. Heavier raft can punch right through that comber that might turn a lightweight raft over. Dead water, you have to hit it bow on. If you're sideways, that's the beginning of a disaster. Whoop! They hit that one sideways to dump them both out. See one guy getting back in. The raft did not turn over. Just dumped out the paddlers. Pickup safety raft downstream will help out with the recovery. Those guys went through it very easily. Well, everybody is sacked out. Early morning, tired from yesterday's rapids. Okay. Amy is wiping his nose there. Next. Pesci. No, I don't want to get up. I'm just going to roll over. Neiman says to heck with this business. Where's the camera? Oh, overhead, I hear it. The route through Ruby Falls requires a hard ferry to the right. as Tom Putnam easily shows us. Can the explorers do as well? Oh boy, there they bought it. Turned sideways before one of those surf-like waves. Paddle in hand, I get back organized now. Get on the raft before the next big ones come hit. Ooh, another hole they're going into. Out of sight around the corner. Next raft will try and pick them up. Got a little careless hitting that white water sideways. Finally getting down near the end, toward the highway. Lake Creek Rapid. We're going to go out on that bridge we just saw and see the rafts pass underneath. One of the few times you can get an overhead shot of the rafts in the rapids. Bernard does a brace. And we leave the Salmon River. 1962 post-20 trip.